Hey everybody, Spurgle here, and I'm back with a new series. I'm going to be playing Epoch, Arma 3 Epoch in the latest build. It's 0.251, and with that release, they released the server files, which has allowed me to run my own host, private host, on my PC, do a bit of base building. This is what I've come up with. I've learned quite a lot. I've built, tested, and died quite a lot by being hit by wolves. I've built a pretty epic base in my view. I've started with this warehouse and expanded out from a central jammer room in here where I've put the jammer. Kept going out, then cased the whole thing in cinder. Then I went and built this elevator shaft that was inspired by another video that I watched. Found it on the Epoch mod forum. The elevator shaft comes heli landing pad. That's pretty much my base. Hopefully through this series I'm going to be teaching you how to build something like this. But before you can build, you need materials. You can't carry this many materials on you, so you need a stash. You've got limited options for a stash, so I'm going to go through them quickly now. So, out and about looting and doing what you do. You want to get a hatchet. Chop down a couple of trees, make a few lumber packs, shoot a few goats and deer and zappers, and hopefully get a few scrap pelts. Once you do, you double click on your scrap pelt, TP kit. Click on that. It'll tell you how much you need and how much you've got. What you need, how much you've got, the quantity you want to make, craft it. That jumps into your inventory, double click on it, just click, you've built it, it's there, you're in build mode. Swing it around, it'll move around with you as long as you've got energy. I'll cover energy more in depth in a later video. Yeah, that's it. Move it around now. If you push Q, it rotates to face you. If you push E, that will rotate it anti-clockwise that amount of degrees. Spin it back to you with Q. You can bring it closer to you with end, and you can push it away with home. Page up, we'll lift it up a bit if I want to perch it on that roof, or page down, we'll bring it back down. If it's not touching solid ground, when you release it by pushing 1, it will drop like so. That's the TP. That's one of your stash options. Now, I haven't hidden this at all, I just wanted to show you. It's up to you where you hide your stash. Now, you can hide it in bushes, long grass, in amongst rocks. It's a pretty big map. Depends where you like to mooch around, what you like to do. So, find a stash place, hide your TP. If you don't want to build a TP, there's more options. If you get loads of salvage metal, 3 to be precise, and double click on them, you can build a shelf kit. Not the same as the TP, you craft it, and then you can double click, build it. Same controls once again, you can rotate it around, pick it up and push it away. Exactly the same controls as the TP. And then once again, it's 1 to release. The TP holds a bit more than the shelves, and materials are easier to find, but it's harder to hide because it's bigger. The shelves hold less than TP, and materials are harder to find, but it's easier to hide. That's your 2 simple craftable options. Your next option, really, other than them, is like a mobile stash. You can have a vehicle. You can drive around, you can park it, you can run up to it, inventory, and lock it for half an hour. Be a bit dodgy. But yeah, that's a bit pretty simple. I'm sure you all know vehicles and hiding a vehicle. One perk with a vehicle, you can disable it overnight. Take out a couple of tyres, take all the good stuff in your bag and your average crap, leave that in the car and log out overnight. There you go, you've got 3 potential stash options. Now if you're lucky, you might get the fourth one. I found these being lockboxes, deck shall we, in fresh spawned vehicles and in lootable beds that you find in houses and through buildings. You know, you find beds all over the place. If you're lucky enough to find a lockbox, this is what you're really looking for to hide all your good stuff, all your building material. That's what it looks like. Now again, same as the TP and whatnot, you can build it. It spawns there and run it around to where you want it, and you can drop it. Go, release, and the timer ticks down. Now with the TP, you literally just stand inside it and inventory, and you're in the crate. Same with the shelves. You stand in front of them, inventory, you're in the crate. Now once this timer on the lockbox is gone, I'll show you the perks of the lockbox, where it gets its name from. It's lockable. Now I've placed it, nobody else can access it apart from me, unless I'm in a group. If I'm the group leader, same again, nobody else can access it apart from me. If I'm a group member, I now place a lockbox. Everybody, including the group leader, can access it. You can see the timer's done now, and it says I can lock it. And before you lock it, you want to put some stuff in it. So pull up your inventory, you're in the crate. We can load a bit of our gear in there. Just throw it all in. Now the lockbox doesn't hold anywhere as near as much as it used to, but I've mostly filled that up with guns and clothes, which you don't need to. All the small stuff, you can fit loads of it in there. You fill it out with gear, sledgehammer in there as well. And then scroll wheel and get a lock option, lock it. Now look, it says lock again, just wait. Keep scroll wheeling and wait a second. There you go, it's now locked. It takes a minute to lock. And now you got the unlock and pack option. I'm the only person who can actually click these options and they'll do what they say. Anybody else can, if they find the lockbox, they can scroll wheel on it and it'll say unlock, but nothing will happen. If I unlock it, wait a minute, there's no scroll wheel option for a minute. It's doing its business. There you go, it gives me the lock option again. So lock it back up, step away, wait a minute, come on, locked you. Now, you gotta be careful, if you filled your lockbox up and you accidentally click pack, like I just did, it spews it all out over the floor. If that was a lot of gear, you'd now be spending ages picking it all back up. Luckily, it wasn't a massive amount of gear. Yeah, that is pretty much the basics of a stash. It's what you want to be trying to get started with. Now the best place to find building materials to put in your stash, shipping containers. They spawn all over the map on the coast. See, I've got 3 that have appeared at the moment. Great. Lots of shipping containers. You can also find building materials quite regularly in squishables, like the trash piles, the big green bins. You just run up to them, hit your inventory button, check it. No, nothing in that one. That's not a squishable one. I don't know why the empty bins aren't squishable. Not squishable. Trash pile again. That's 2 pretty poor squishables. Anyway, thanks for watching everybody. This has been the intro to Spurgle's base building tutorial. Next time I'll be covering basically how to build your first base, get your jammer placed and try and get it as secure as possible with a limited amount of materials. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something, maybe looking forward to learning something in the newer videos, the upcoming videos. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.